Hey everybody, it's Mike again, here in my office at our RCC downtown location. If you've never been in the office, I thought it'd be kind of fun today to do the little video in front of my fish tank. This is actually, you're sitting at my desk right now. This is what I look at when I'm daydreaming. I can't focus or whatever. I stare at the fish and maybe I'm a little stressed out, and I stare at the fish and somehow it makes me feel better about life. So now you have an insider's view of the office here at church. If you ever want, stop in. I can tell you everything there is to know about aquariums and fish keeping. That's super fun for me. It's one of my big hobbies. There have been some big questions recently about church, and it's kind of the same two questions that keep coming through. And it's RCC. This is a place you can ask anything and expect honest answers. So I'm going to address both of those big questions in this little video today. The first is this. People keep saying, Mike, what are we doing about meeting? Other churches are gathering inside. Some churches aren't gathering at all. What's the plan at RCC? Well, I'll share that with you right now. I'll tell you what the plan is right now as we make this video. In August, we're going to continue what we have been doing. We're going to have 2 services out at Green Lake, at Green Lake Conference Center, just like we've done. We're going to continue that twice in August, just like we've done it twice in July. In September, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have 2 services out at Green Lake at Vesper Circle, outdoor services. It's the safest thing we can do for you. We can put on a really nice service out there. So September and August, same thing we've done in July. I hope you'll come. It's a great place to use social distancing. Everything out there as far as research says that's the safest thing we can do for you to meet outside. I hope you'll come. In October, we don't know. We could do services possibly out at Green Lake. However, it's kind of cold. Maybe you don't want to come. I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do. I guess if it was a Packer game, you'd go, right? It'd be 0 degrees. You'd bundle up and squish in with a bunch of people. The Packers don't have a problem with weather. Maybe church isn't the same. I don't know. So maybe we'll go out there in October once, twice, maybe not. If we don't, then we would like to gather either back at Ripon High School. Right now, we do not know if they'll let us use the building in October. We haven't even asked because they've got a lot of stuff to figure out themselves. We're not their top priority. They've been amazing to us. If we can't use the high school, we'll probably come back to our downtown building and try to have a bunch of services on a Sunday to help spread people out. So you know what we're doing in August, you know what we're doing in September, and we kind of have a partial plan right now for October. That's what we're running with. That's what you know from me directly. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Okay, so I said there were 2 questions. The other one is the church going to make it through COVID? How do we stay afloat as a church? How do we pay the bills? I got so many good questions about that. So I'm going to share some financial information with you. Again, very directly, just not hiding anything. Everything can be revealed, just so you know what is actually true. So here's the deal. There are about 2,500 people. You've heard me say it. There are about 2,500 people that make up the RCC family. If you consider there's about 3 per household, that means there's 800 or 900 households that make up the RCC family right now. What you need to know is about 1/3 of those households have supported the church financially. And right now you're sitting there in your home going, what? I support financially, why not everyone else? And maybe you're a little frustrated. I would say don't be frustrated. You don't need to worry about anyone else but yourself. So, if you think about it, there are lots of people that only come once or twice. They come once or twice a year. They're not ready to support financially, and that's okay. There are people that only been ever once or twice. Maybe last month was their first time ever. You can't expect them to trust the church enough to support it financially just yet. So I don't have any problem if someone doesn't trust yet enough to support. If you do trust and you haven't supported yet, maybe you'd like to start. You can go to the church website. You can go to rccsunday.com. There's a giving icon. We use a service called Rebel Give. It's really, really good. You can support that way. About 75% of all the offerings in church now come in through Rebel Give. So it's a great way to support. Maybe you'd like to start making a weekly or monthly gift or whatever to the church. That'd be amazing if you're interested. Awesome. If you're not ready yet, no judgment, no worries. You're totally welcome here. But you do need to know that there are already in 2020 about 300 families that are supporting the church financially. So I looked at it. We're halfway through the year, January through June. We're halfway through. And I looked at these last couple weeks. I really analyzed all the details. And here's what I found. Of the 300 families that have been supporting financially, about 100 of them since COVID, right? So if you compare January through March versus April through June, about 100 of those families since COVID have either reduced their giving or a lot have stopped giving altogether. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. You could have lost your job, so I totally get it. I'm not worried about that. I hope that God will help you right your finances and provide great employment for you. We're still your church family. About another 100 families haven't changed their giving patterns at all. They still give exactly what they've always done, whether it's an individual or a family. Thank you. Thank you, despite everything going on in the world, all the things you can be worried about, you're still choosing to worship God and give to God at RCC and support this church. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And then, again, about another 100 families, so it's kind of in thirds. Another 100 families have increased their giving since COVID hit. They've given more these last 3 months than the first 3 months of this year. I don't know, you blow my mind. I can only believe that you've seen the details, you've seen what we're going through in the world, and you love this church so much, you're sacrificing even more. Thank you. You need to know that you're keeping this ministry afloat. All the things we do here, you're doing it. There's no money tree. There's no special tree out back where we just pluck money off of because we're a church. We don't have fancy paintings around here somewhere that we can sell. You're doing it. You're funding all of these ministries. You're keeping the entire staff employed. We'd have to be letting people go right now if it weren't for you. Thank you so much. You're doing an amazing thing, and you need to know that the entire staff appreciates it, and we haven't changed our work patterns at all. We're still willing to work our butts off and do anything for the ministries of this church and to serve you. So thank you for supporting that. We will continue to do that, whether we meet in this building in October or go to the high school or continue to meet outside with winter coats on. We'll continue to work hard for you at all those service locations and offering services online now every single week too. So once again, thank you, and I hope you have a great week that is blessed by God.